Hello again. I was hoping to give you a little bit of a tour of just the dashboard so you have an idea of how it works, how to get around, what you can do in there. First thing I wanted to note, of course, is the My Task area, which I showed you previously for how to enter time looking at the tasks, where you can update directly from here. You can go in and do time entry. You can also filter this task view, so you can see tasks that are in planning, in progress, on hold, or archive. Normally, you just want it to be in progress. Those are the ones you care about, projects that are underway. Down here, you can see My Projects. Again, this also has a filtering capability, and let me explain to you a little bit about these project types. Internal departmental projects. Every department has a project of its own, and that is for things like internal meetings, one-on-one meetings, any training that's done for the department and so forth, mentoring, etc. Multi-channel one-off projects would be exactly as they're stated. It would be a one-time contract with the client that involves multiple channels. A multi-channel recurring project is the more typical type, where there'll be there'll be more than one, maybe 2, 3, 4 channels, and it will be ongoing with the client. Occasionally there's other types of project types, and then there's also sales project types. So sales has their own projects because sales is doing requesting support services from the other departments. So there's times where sales is in a pre-sales mode. They're requesting help and support. Sales has their own pre-sales projects. There's single channel recurring projects, and there's single channel one-off projects, as well as templates. Templates in the system are used so that way we can easily reproduce projects and get projects up and running fast in Celoxis. Let me cancel this. So you can see here with your projects, it shows you a start date, a budget perhaps that's associated with the project, the deadline for the project. In most cases, projects are continual until there's a termination of the project. So for example, for a client, it'll just continue until terminated. And because these show projects that are currently in progress, you can see that, and the percent complete. Typically this doesn't have a high degree of meaning because projects are continual unless they are terminal. In other words, they have a beginning and an end date, like the one-off projects. And then it shows you whether the schedule is at risk or not and who the project manager is. Down below that, you can see processes assigned to me. I'm going to explain in a separate video what processes, documents, and tickets are, and you'll see that. You'll be able to go to that video and watch that one. But this shows you those items, and they will show here as you start using processes and tickets. On this side, it has time worked, so you can take a look at your time worked. So you can select yourself, and for whichever client you want and for whatever period you want. So you can see the time that you put in, all your time entries for any period of time. Easy way to do that. And the key here is whenever you make a change to one of these fields, so let's say we say this quarter, make sure that you always click go. This data is not automatically updated unless you click go. You can see go buttons on each of these different sections here. If you don't click go, the data below will not reflect the changes that you made up above. Next area you can see is My Tasks. This is merely to give you an idea of items that have been assigned to you. The nice thing is if you hover over these items, you can see a little brief explanation about what's involved here. So you can see this one-on-one item is an internal. You can see the client is internal, and the project name. Internal is one of those internal departmental projects, and that's used for one-on-one meetings, as I noted before, and as you can see here. So what's happened in this case is Robin who is the manager of email and CRM, has assigned her team as resources on this project so that they can enter time when the one-on-ones take place. You can see for email strategy, Julie, who's logged in here, has 0 hours and Robin has 2. So what that means is Robin has put Julie down as a resource and put herself down for 2 hours and put Julie down for none. So the reason that Julie's listed as a resource on here is because Robin wishes her to do some work on it. So the two of them, Julie would need to go, okay, Robin, how much work would you like me to do on this? What work would you like me to do on this task? Go down to the next one, email reporting. You can see Julie is listed as a resource for 4 hours. So in that case, it's pretty clear cut. Julie could go ahead and begin work on that. And it also shows, as you can see, these items are also shown over here. The nice thing about these is that you can filter the view. You can limit the number of days or look even way out in the future. Change the number of days, click go, and adjust this data so that you can see more tasks or less. And the same thing here, your scheduled time, if you've already submitted time, it will show here. As if you haven't submitted your time but you've entered it, which is really handy, it'll show right here. There's times where you click save but you never submit. You have to submit your time. And let me show you that real quick. I'll just show you in a time card. So we can go over here to time, weekly time. And then what you would do is you can just select the work that you've done. So let's just say it's for the department. And you can see here are all the items for this project. Say it's one-on-one. And you can say 1 hour. Just put a 1 in there. And see where it says save and I'll submit later. If you click on that, it's just going to save it. It's not going to submit it. So it will go there, and then you have to eventually submit that item. Now another handy thing to note is you may go, well, when I submit through here, I don't have the full time card to do entry. And if you look right next to the time, you can click on that little box, and here's a place for you to enter your comments. So if you were missing that before, there you go. There's where you enter that. Now it doesn't have percentage complete like it does on the card, and that's why the time entry card is a little more thorough method of time entry. Last thing I'd like to point out is the default time rate. As you can see, it just has default rate and pre-sales. Unless you're doing work for sales, you just need to keep it at default rate, and that's it. So hopefully give you a little tour here of the dashboard and some other areas in here. I'm creating another video that gets into the other functionality within here, and it'll be easy to navigate around. Thanks, and talk to you soon.